There's a little bit more that you can do with the look ahead feature. We'll bring up our cube and show the path for it, and then we're going to enable the look ahead. And watching the preview of the animation, we see that the object tilts as it goes up and down, and it turns as the path indicates. But there's one more thing that can be enabled, and that is the ability to bank in the curves. Right-clicking on the Look Ahead button shows the Look Ahead panel where you have tension and bias settings. But there is also a bank feature. By pressing on bank, we can enable it. We'll move our object to just ahead of a keyframe, and we will adjust the parameters for bank. Notice that as the numbers change, there's not much change in our object. In order for bank to work properly, it's going to take a mixture of tension, bias, and bank. And the best way to go about determining these settings is just as we're doing now, is doing it interactively. By setting it a few frames ahead of a keyframe, we can adjust these till we get pretty close to the look we want. And it's basically just a trial and error, but you will get the best results. Now let's move ahead to the frame that is just a frame or two past our keyframe and continue this adjustment to fine-tune our object so that it banks and behaves and aims properly down our path. Once we get this to about where we want, let's replay the animation and see how it comes out. Notice how the cube now banks through the curves, very much like a roller coaster or an airplane or spacecraft would. Another thing that I need to show you also is that you can keyframe whether the look ahead is enabled or not. Here I've moved about halfway through the path and disabled or clicked once again on the look ahead, and now I've moved to frame 121 and re-enabled it. So there will be a section in the middle of the animation to where we are no longer locked into the look ahead feature. We'll move to somewhere in that area, and in order to rotate the object itself, we need to hide the display of the path, and then we'll manually rotate our object to just whatever suits our fancy in this particular case, but I'm sure it would be for a particular reason for your animations. So let's rewind and replay the animation. You notice how we track with look ahead, then we have our tumble, and then it locks back into look ahead to finish the animation.